Liverpool 7, Manchester United 0. The result of the season, undoubtedly, and one that might define, Ten Hag and Klopp's reign at their clubs respectively. Klopp has had one of the worst seasons he's had since being the manager of Liverpool, and yesterday I finally saw it click. I saw the new signings click together. I saw Gapco's form of the pre-World Cup and World Cup kind of come back and come to fruition. I saw Darwin Nunez look like the player that they spent £80 million on. And I saw United completely fall apart in a way that I didn't think was possible. Their worst ever Premier League defeat to date. And there was no answer. They couldn't find an answer after making changes, after changing tactic, tweaking things here and there, after even going to halftime. They were 1-0 down at halftime and they conceded 6 goals and a half. Shocking. I think this result bodes very well for Liverpool going forward into their second leg in Madrid against Real Madrid. But do I think they'll pull it out? Probably not. I think the 5-2 deficit that they're in currently is probably a bit too much for them to realistically overturn. Do I think it'll be a more competitive game? Yeah, sure. After what I saw yesterday, I now know Liverpool can put 5 up against basically anyone in the world. Real Madrid are now out of form, but it's still Real Madrid in the Champions League. Really hard to bet against them. For Man United, what happened? You got to sort it out. United have to put this behind them and move forward very quickly, or else they could see their season capitulate. They're in third currently, but Newcastle are hanging in there. Liverpool look like they're storming ahead. No problems with them all around. So, if United really have to turn this around, they have to shut the door on it, analyze it, see what happened, and prevent it from happening again going forward. But I think a lot of the shortfalls and shortcomings of Manchester United this season were glossed over by Marcus Rashford having the best form of his career. He didn't really show up yesterday, and United got exposed. Casemiro needs help in the midfield. Fred and McTominay are useless and shouldn't even be in that team. So they definitely over the summer need a holding mid. But more importantly, they need a center forward. They need someone to score and take that burden off of Rashford so he can play free. So he doesn't have to just carry them offensively for the near future. If you're United, you got to look at it and say, how would you not want a Victor Osimhen? And I'm a Chelsea fan. I want him at Chelsea, but he kind of fits that mold. High pressing. He's a big body. He's a force. He draws multiple pairs of eyes. He's dangerous on set pieces. I think ultimately he fits your system better than anyone else. But again, going back to Marcus Rashford, he's been having to carry your attack all year. Take him out. Who's getting a goal when you need it? Anthony is inconsistent and doesn't look fully ready to play game in and game out for United. I'm not quite sure why Jadon Sancho didn't touch the pitch for United yesterday. I think he would have added a lot. He would have added a degree of, calmness where Anthony won't give you that. Anthony will give you the unpredictability and flair and what-if factor almost. But you needed someone who's going to keep their head. Stay composed. Pick a pass when you need to. Run when you need to. Anthony's not going to do that and didn't do that yesterday. And I think got exposed for still needing a bit of time to ease into the Premier League. I think Bruno Fernandes probably had his worst game in a United shirt, and I think his attitude really, bled to the rest of the team. They all kind of embodied that, complaining, every time I get touched, it's a foul, and screaming, and I got fouled, so I'm going to go try and make more out of it, and all this little extra stuff. Just stop. He spent more time complaining than playing. He's getting paid the big bucks to create, and he effectively created nothing yesterday for Manchester United, and it's worrying. To say the least, it's insanely worrying. You need someone to calm him down at times, because it works in some games, but yesterday it kind of bled into the whole team, accepted that and bought into that mindset and mentality, and you all got thrashed 7-0 to your biggest rival yesterday because of it. In sum, the way I want to end this video is talking about how Liverpool will probably kick on and finish third. I don't see them finishing in second or first. I think both are locked up by City and Arsenal, respectively. But I have a hard time seeing Newcastle or Manchester United competing with this Liverpool team now that they're confident. Now that they know that they can go kick on and score 7 goals against one of the best teams in the league and arguably the most informed side in Europe. So, for them, if you're a Liverpool fan, lots to hang your hat on. You should be very confident going into Real Madrid because they haven't been in good form. I think they've drawn 2 and lost 1 in the last 3. They haven't been very solid since they beat you all at Anfield. So, if they can knock you all out 5-2 at Anfield, what's to say you can't do that in Madrid? If you're United, you've got to put this behind you today. You have to move on. You have to move on and move on to the next game. You've got another round in the Europa League coming up, and you have the potential to drop points and lose your spot in the top 4 for Champions League next year, which you all really need to be able to recruit the players and the quality of players you all want. You need Champions League football. Without that, you don't get there. Thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate you all tuning in on this Monday afternoon. If you all enjoyed this kind of content, please leave a like, subscribe for more. Take care. I'll see you next time.